here that the starters, right here, John Lucas. Luke averaging 11.5, but 10.1 assists per game. Byron Scott, 9.7 points. Gervin averaging 26.8 among the leaders, with Magic Johnson, his adversary, 17.6. Edgar Jones and Kareem. Edgar Jones averaging 9.3, Kareem 20.5. As you look at the Iceman, who is right up there among the top 5 in the NBA in the scoring race. Mike Mitchell averaging 22.1, Jamal Wilkes 18.4, Gene Banks averaging 13, and Kurt Rambis 2.8. But when they match up, you'll find that Magic will draw an interesting assignment. Magic Johnson will get Gene Banks, and Jamal Wilkes will pair up on George Gervin, and Kurt Rambis will go against Mike Mitchell. Not the way that you would normally expect it, big against big, small, etc. So we're ready to go. Mahalik will throw it in the air. The Spurs have been giving up a lot of points, too many, over 118 a game. Last year they gave up just a little over 110, and their opponents are shooting right around 50% per game. So that right there would give you a little bit of an indication of the problems that they have had. After a fashion, goes to the Iceman, the most prolific scorer on their team and perhaps in basketball. He's something. He can do it any time, and he turns the ball over.
Now they turned it over, they doubled up on him, and of course when he has problems in any game which he doesn't score big numbers is because he doesn't handle the double team very well. We'll see how he adjusts to the Laker defense tonight.
The leading assist maker in the league, Magic Johnson, 13.7 per game, averaged 14.5 a game during February. And Kareem inside, and a foul called on Edgar Jones. And if they have a foul problem with Edgar Jones, they could turn the lights out on this one really early, because Jones has got to stay in there to give Kareem a little bit of a challenge. Into the big man, too deep, blocked by Jones, and a goaltending call. So score 2, it's 2-0 LA.
One thing that Edgar Jones is, he's a very quick leaper. He's got to hold his ground against Kareem as best he can, give him that deep position. Lakers on top, 2-0.
On the cut, there's Gervin. He's strong inside. One thing Bob Bass mentioned to me, their coach, is that if Gervin were playing forward every night, he'd average around 9 rebounds a game. Even though he's a guard, he's a better defensive rebounder than the big man, Gene Banks. Edgar Jones, or Mike Mitchell, who has really been sensational the last 11 games, averaging right around 30 points a game. Magic Johnson. San Antonio transitions back. Rambis down to Byron Scott. I believe they'll give him that shot. Concentrate on other people, and for the most part will sink back inside on the big man. Lucas. Now the Lakers want Lucas to shoot the outside shot. Edgar Jones, boy, he's playing with some energy. And that is where he is strong, and Steve, you talked about it in the tees the first time round. He had 25 rebounds the other night, 10 on the offensive boards. He could really cause a problem if he gets on fire on the boards tonight.
Well, he's a flyer. You saw an example of that as he just ran on the break. Kareem did not get back, so he got a couple opportunities. George Gervin picks up this foul as he gets Jamal Wilkes across the arm. So the thing that they're going to try to force the Lakers to do is to shoot that ball from the outside. As we look at Edgar Jones come flying in. Gets one time, tries to get it back up. He'll stay after it, come up one more time out the other side, and get his first 2 points of the ball game. That's what the Lakers have to guard against with Edgar Jones.
Those are legitimate pogo sticks he has for legs. He can really spring. Jamal Wilkes, good free throw shooter, 74%. He's a good free throw shooter, not a great one. He's been right around there most of his career, 76%. He makes a pair. Now it's Los Angeles trailing it by 2, 6-4. Underway at the Fabulous Forum, Game 2 of our USA Thursday night doubleheader. And it's Mike Mitchell. Interesting note on Nick Mitchell. He had been a post-up forward, playing a lot with his back to the basket. Since they started running and have had to go to him, he's playing more with his face to the basket, been scoring a lot more. And on the follow off the offensive boards, it's Byron Scott who gets the foul. Byron Scott, the rookie guard from Arizona State. And I think that's something we should keep an eye on. Watch Mike Mitchell's game. He has really added a dimension to his game. He's a lot more versatile facing the basket. Banks tries to penetrate. Kareem with a steal. Big man on the break. Give it to Scott. Crowd loves it. Kareem tries to follow. Can't. Gene Tinkerbell Banks from Duke University. Out of bounds it goes. And it will go back to the San Antonio Spurs. Bob Bass, the coach, the general manager who took over when Mo McCone, the coach that started the year, started and didn't do the kind of job that they figured that he should do, so Bass has taken over, and he's found out it's not been an easy task. Inside they go to Gervin, back to Lucas. Double team, good defense by LA. Rambis, but Lucas takes it right back. And forcing the shot with a 24-second buzzer, and Edgar Jones tips it in. Kareem must be aware of him, particularly on second and third efforts tonight.
Good defense by San Antonio. They force the Lakers into a double team. The ball comes right back to Jamal Wilkes. Nice lob pass into Kareem, and he gets his second two. We have a backcourt foul.
Foul called on Byron Scott, bumping John Lucas, the motorman of the San Antonio Spurs. Here's the fella that Bob Bass said has been just a tremendous addition. Now watch this on Edgar Jones.
Well, against the clock, he'll just come in and keep that ball alive. He'll get a good bounce, comes up and down. Gervin back to live action, can't get the shot to go as he made an excellent drive inside for penetration.
Kareem, a little over 7 rebounds a game. Byron Scott, he just sliced through the crowd. And it's 10-8. Lakers have scored 4 straight. They trail by a pair. Pat Riley has got his team just about where he wants them. And now he says, I want to sharpen them a little more and get them ready and don't lose the edge going to the playoffs. Edgar Jones again. Offensive rebound, and Mike Mitchell. This is a team that averages 46 rebounds a game. However, with the loss of Artis Gilmore because of that fractured right cheekbone, they give away a lot of rebounds, and so everybody else must contribute if they're going to stay alive. We have a timeout. 8:26 to play in the first period. Spurs 12, Lakers 8. We'll pause now for a word from our local cable systems. This is USA Sports. We'll return. Since 1978, all you have to do is look at the list and look who's on top. Leading scorers since then, the Iceman, George Gervin. Adrian Dantley currently leading the league. Malone, World Be Free, the Doc, and so on. But you have got to have an idea about the prolific ability of one George the Iceman Gervin. Since joining the NBA, incidentally, as you see George Gervin, he has been on 8 All-Star teams, 6 first-team units, and the first 2 years the Spurs were in the NBA, he was a second-teamer, but he's been there every year. Last year, the Spurs won 53, lost 29. That's their best record ever. This year, they're 10 under 500. Kareem, skyhook, and a foul.
Pat Riley, sensing that Edgar Jones was creating a problem at the other end with his offensive rebounding, called for the ball to go inside to Kareem. Kareem has been in the twilight zone with the skyhook. It is back at an automatic clip right now. Edgar Jones trying to do something that not many people have done. Block it, doesn't. Three-point play for Kareem.
And all the big man, the King, has to do over the rest of the schedule is to average 16.7 points per game, and he will break Wilt Chamberlain's NBA career scoring record of 31,419 points. In and outer on a Mike Mitchell jump shot. Kareem, incidentally, has started all 65 of the Laker games this year, the only one to do so. Magic on top, played over there by Gene Banks. Magic 6'9", Banks 6'8". Byron Scott, Johnson, Banks normally a forward, of course Magic a guard. Rambis on the back door and a traveling violation. Turn it over, LA, give it back to San Antonio. We're going to get a look at the snake charmer, Mark McNamara.
Edgar Jones is going to have to come out of the ball game, but they're not going to let him in right away. McNamara was not up at the box, so when they inbound the ball, they'll come with the same quintet. Edgar Jones back in the middle.
McNamara supposedly has...
He doesn't supposedly, he has them.
No,
snakes.
no, I've heard some things a little differently now. He's trying to set the record straight, which is what we're trying to do. In any event, I guess he's got 1 or 2 boa constrictors, but it ain't like he's down at the San Diego Zoo. Here's Iceman Gervin on the penetration.
Well, if you have one, that's one too many, so you don't have to go to the zoo to get help. As we look at Gervin, strong move with the left hand. He's got as good a left hand as anybody in the NBA. Takes it in, gets a chance for a three-point play. Cooper comes in the ball game with this dead ball.
So Mark McNamara is in, Mike Cooper is in, Byron Scott goes out, Edgar Jones goes out. What was that old song they used to have, that old R&B song? The one line was, he uses a rattlesnake for a necktie. 15-11 is what we have. San Antonio Spurs and the Los Angeles Lakers. McNamara matches up against Kareem. Kurt Rambis. Jamal. And the assassin can't put it down. Gets his own, drives baseline. He does this time so silently, but so deftly. He is just an incredible night in and night out performer. Mr. Consistency. Doubling on Gervin. Magic with the steal off the block. Slaloms through the backcourt like he's got blades on, and then gives it up, gets it back, puts it in. That's just a little continuation. You could almost give Lucas an assist on that one, but you won't. It's 15-15, a tie.
Lucas almost made a good play, makes a good play to get the penetration for Banks, but he can't finish it, and the Lakers are on a run. This is a tempo that they like. Good steal by Gervin. 2-on-1.
Kind of back and forth. Gervin inside. Tinkerbell Banks and Cooper with a foul. Gene Banks. Michael Cooper on the foul.
You see him come across, get him with the hand, try to pin the ball on the glass. So Banks, who has a dislocated hand, will go to the line. Good baseline drive by Jamal Wilkes after getting his own miss. So the Lakers are very active. What you want the Lakers to do is shoot the ball from the outside, but you got to have bodies between them and those errant rebounds. If you don't, they're going to hurt you, and that is an example by Wilkes.
74% at the line. Banks good on one. Foul on the play. 16-15. No goaltending in case you were confused there. Incidentally, James Worthy in the game. First time. There he gets his first rebound. Worthy kind of limping up the floor. He had that broken bone, that tibia bone last year, but he doesn't seem to be in any kind of pain. He's just trying to get loose. And Lucas again, dropping back when the big man puts the ball on the floor, sinking back inside. Give and go. That's Gervin. Gervin tries to peel in against the crowd and is called for another travel. 4 turnovers for the Spurs, 4 for the Lakers. And the ball game, 1-point lead San Antonio. Magic. They want to keep it an uptick game. Looking for a high-tempo affair here tonight. Both teams just trying to get warm right now. Worthy, Magic, Kareem. They double and triple team him. Cooper. Remember, he is their best three-point shooter. Cooper shooting 34% from three-point range. Don't come much better than that in the league. Banks, good hanger. From Philadelphia, went to Duke. Very nice young man, 18-17. San Antonio, Magic. Little one-on-one time. Gets his own miss shot. He averages over 7 rebounds a game also. Hello.
And he was too close. Had a nice drive inside. Couldn't finish it. Backed up. Nobody came with them. And he took it from the outside. Lakers on top by 1 as we seesaw.
Yo-yo basketball. Lucas McNamara played at the University of California. His effective range about 3 feet. That time from about 6. When we watched him in Hawaii 2 years ago, Steve, if you recall, on USA, we did the Aloha Classic. He was a most effective guy. Made the all-tournament team inside. Offensive rebound, second and third shots. Keep an eye on him here tonight. Came from Philadelphia in a trade earlier this year.
Bad play that time by Gene Banks. They had numbers on their side, 4-on-3. All he had to do is stop and find someone to give the ball to. Mitchell's on his right. You have 2 players coming into your picture on the other side. He decides to take it his own, goes right over Magic Johnson. An easy call to make, and they'll turn it over. Spurs on top by 1, 2019.
Little trivia for you. The man with the ball right now had 23 assists in one game this year, 12 in one quarter, to tie an NBA record. And one of the fellas that holds that record is on the floor right now, John Lucas. He's had 12 and a quarter twice in his career. Kareem.
It's on a string, and anytime you let him get that good deep position, he's going to burn you. He's got 9 points in a period, so they're going to have to do that one thing that John Lucas did, come back and give some help on Kareem.
Magic on Lucas now off the switch. Banks has got Cooper inside on the post-up. Gervin on the double team. And the former Eastern Michigan star can't get it. Jamal with it to Cooper, to Worthy, and Magic, and a goaltend. And that's what you call moving the apple. Oh my, that ball never touched the floor.
Well, they had excellent ball movement. As you'll see, everybody had a chance to really do something with it. They all gave it up in an unselfish way. Magic Johnson comes in to finish it off. Mitchell with the goaltend. Lakers on top by 3.
I love to see that kind of basketball. 23-20. Los Angeles, 4:14 in the first period. Lucas, the little left-hander, who's an excellent tennis player, by the way. Lettered in college, played some pro tennis. And he is a very fine athlete, and I'm very happy to say he seems to be completely recovered from his personal problems. There's Luke in the middle. Cool hand, first player picked in the NBA draft as a guard out of college. That was in 1976, picked by Houston. Mitchell. Played at Auburn. Kareem. Magic. The flash from East Lansing. Michigan State loves him. Great recruiter for the Spartans also.
Now, the one thing that you notice in every Laker possession is free movement of the ball. Wilkes takes that one from the outside. They've got to get up and challenge those passes. Los Angeles is going to move the ball in the personnel too freely, and that's going to hurt them as we move away. The Lakers up by 3.
The Lakers with a 4-game lead in the Pacific Division. They've not had that kind of a comfort zone for a while. Magic with the rebound, outlet, breakaway Jamal. And now Bob Bass has got to make a decision here to get this thing under control. He's going to call a timeout. Lakers by 5, once trailed by 6. But we're going to have a foul call on that last play. And we're going to have a timeout before we see what happens on this one. So Bob Bass trying to gather the troops, settle them down, get back in it. Don't let the Lakers get too far on top. LA 27, San Antonio 22 with 3:07 in the first period. Yeah, they're here tonight. All the diamonds are sparkling and the stars are out, including old Jack Nicholson down in the first row. He brought his binoculars. He couldn't get any closer to the floor than he is, but he's got himself some binoculars on here tonight. There's the San Antonio bench, Bob Bass. Bob has already made it known that he is not going to coach after this year. At least that's the way it is right now. He'll actively seek someone to take his place so he can get back in the front office. Very nice gentleman. Easy-going guy, kind of laid back, not a bad golfer. And Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson. Boy, I'll tell you what, you talk about a franchise. How'd you like to have him? 6'9", 215. Magic got that last foul. For Magic his first, and the Lakers have 5. At the line will go the Iceman Gervin. And Los Angeles will bring back Jamal Wilkes, 6'7". Michael Cooper, 6'6". Mike McGee is in there. Here are our field goal shooting percentages so far.
Well, you see the field goals there, 10 of 12 and 12 of 18 for the Los Angeles Lakers. The San Antonio Spurs have had some tough luck on their drives inside, and they've also missed some easy outside shots, so they've got to improve at the offensive end, but they've got to make it tougher for the Lakers in terms of getting the ball to the personnel.
Johnny Moore has replaced John Lucas, and they have a pretty good little point guard tandem there. Both those fellows, Lucas and Moore, are averaging over 10 assists a game. So they keep it moving for you.
Well,
Cooper.
Whenever you have a guy like Gervin, though, he's going to get you 7 or 8 assists because of his ability to knock it down. Kareem misses.
With the left-hand hook, and we've got a jump ball. Mike Mitchell and James Worthy. George Gervin at 6'8" will check out. Ron Brewer will come in. Brewer, who has spent some time here and also up in Portland. And Brewer averaged about 19 points a game during the 6 games that Gervin was out with the flu. The 6 games that Gervin missed, incidentally, the most he's missed in his career. Kareem. Boy, is that thing pure. Fluid, skyhook. 29-23. The King is cooking again tonight. He's got 11.
Well, the good news for the San Antonio Spurs is that Swin Nader is at the scorer's bench, and Kareem's going to take a blow. Steal by Cooper.
2-on-1. McGee on a trail. And Mike McGee, who's right up there at the top of the NBA, number 2 in field goal shooting percentages, 61%. The man he trails, Artis Gilmore, 64%. Will probably miss the rest of the season. McNamara. He'll pull that move maybe once a game. Kareem wasn't going for it. McNamara showed it to the wide side, then tried to go backdoor, and Kareem was right there ready.
Well, and maybe that's why he likes snakes so much, because he has that worm move down. He moves in and out like that. That's his best play. Try to go to one side, then come back out, draw the foul. Kareem goes out with 11 points so far in the period. But again, defense is going to be the watchword for the San Antonio Spurs in black.
Well, McNamara was trying to charm the wrong man there. Kareem wasn't going for it. Swin Nader has come in. Nader has been around. This is first year in Los Angeles. 6'11", 255 pounds of blue twisted steel. Worthy comes up short. McNamara. McNamara's at 7 feet. Ron Brewer. Brewer never has quite developed the way everyone thought. Played at Arkansas with Moncrief. And on a little jumper that time. Mike Mitchell with 8. And it's 25 for the Spurs. They trail by 6. McGee! Oh, he's an outstanding offensive player, Steve. He's all over the offensive end. Here's Johnny Moore. Penetrates deep inside. Mitchell. Moore, after having broken a finger in there playing now, having come back, and he's starting to sharpen the skills. Foul as it goes, and it went off the foot of one of the Spurs, Johnny Moore. Bob McAdoo. He missed some time with an upper respiratory infection. McAdoo also missed some time. Jamal Wilkes missed some time. You just saw him. He had the flu, missed several games. So you have the Lakers healthy for one of the few times this year. Into Nader. Nader looked away before he had possession of the ball. Turn it over, 33-27. That's the 6th turnover for Los Angeles. Brewer. He can shoot that shot, can he?
Brewer can shoot it all over the floor. The problem the coaches have had with Ron is getting him to shoot the ball more often. He doesn't look at the hoop enough. Excellent perimeter player.
Fred Roberts will come in when he can for Los Angeles. Played at BYU and has been a very, very big surprise and a bright spot. Pardon me, Fred Roberts for San Antonio. 35-29 now. Lakers by 6. Fred Roberts, we'll tell you more about him. He's an interesting story. Ron Brewer. High screen that time. Look for the pick and roll. McNamara gave it to him twice. Brewer on the miss and Nader with a rebound. Nicely done. Leading McGee. Worthy trying to go up. Gets it the second time with the left hand. And now it's 37-29. And the Spurs are going to have to regroup, or they're going to fall out of existence very early in this game. We have 13 seconds to play in the first period. San Antonio will yield a lot of points, but they also can score a lot. Not been that way. Lakers defense has been sensational. 3-on-1. Cooper good. And that'll end the first period. A blazing thrust to the hoop by Mike Cooper. And the Lakers, after having trailed by 6 at one point, now lead by 10 after 1. The Los Angeles Lakers 39. The San Antonio Spurs 29. Second period around the corner. As we return to the Forum here in Englewood, California, a couple of other scores. The game you saw earlier on USA. We'll give you those in a moment. But first of all, here are some interesting statistics.
Again, when you look at those statistics, both teams getting the ball up just about with the same frequency, been to the free throw line just as much. The difference in the first period, defense. The Lakers had the better of it that end, and San Antonio's made some substitutions. Eddie, why don't you bring us up to date? Edgar Jones is back.
Edgar Jones with 2 fouls back. The Lakers out-rebounding the Spurs 14-9. Key statistic, they've triggered the break off that rebounding situation. Swen Nader and Edgar Jones. Swen wants, he gets offensive foul. Nader's got a beautiful hook, too. Not only has Kareem got a good-looking sky hook, Nader's got a good, pure hook with either hand. McGee and Johnny Moore match. You've got Fred Roberts at 6'11", played at BYU in there now. He's trimmed down, and he's given them a nice game. Edgar Jones, Ron Brewer, and Mike Mitchell. Worthy, Cooper, Moore, or McGee.
Offensive foul on Ron
McAdoo
Brewer.
And Swen Nader, and an offensive foul on Ron Brewer. Bob Bass. Bob getting a little nervous here. We take a look at the turnover totals. 9 for the Spurs. Lakers average on a usual night, they'll average about 20, 21 turnovers a game. Worthy inside to Nader. A little pick and slip to the hoop, and it was very well executed. 41-29 Los Angeles, and they're smoothing it out tonight. Foul call on McGee. What about Mike McGee, Steve? We hear a lot about him. Pat Riley's probably been a bit concerned about his defense. Let's talk about it after we see this.
Well, you see Worthy, and an example of the problem that San Antonio's having. They're allowing the ball and the personnel to move too freely in an easy hoop. Come back, Johnny Moore from deep out on the court for his first 2 of the ball game. Well, you talk about Mike McGee. The thing that he's doing now is making that transition from forward to guard. There's been some inconsistency in his game because he doesn't use enough of his outside shot, but I think he's coming along nicely, and Riley's pleased with this play this year.
McAdoo missing. Fred Roberts with the rebound. Roberts, many folks said, couldn't run that well. Well, he's lost a lot of weight, and his running game is much better. Edgar Jones. Edgar Jones taking it outside. Well, he shows you a little range there. He's got 6. Cooper, Worthy wants to post up. Backs down inside. There he is. He passes in underneath to McGee, and Edgar Jones may have just picked up number 3. Boy, that was a bullet.
You
heard shoehorn pass inside.
You heard Edgar Jones saying, he locked my arm down. Don't give me that one, but that's his 3rd personal foul. So McNamara is going to come back in the ball game. Gene Banks will come in. Mike Mitchell will go out. Now this matchup, excuse me, Eddie, this matchup in the middle, Nader and McNamara shouldn't hurt San Antonio too badly because Nader doesn't go to the hoop as much as he used to.
McAdoo. And a 3-second violation on Los Angeles. Bob McAdoo, if you recall, has won 3 consecutive scoring titles, and the youthful coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. Pat Riley done a nice job. Moore. And that is McNamara with a power inside game. And that's what we talked about. That was what we saw when we saw him as a collegiate performer from the University of California. McGee to Bob McAdoo. Strong facing the hoop. Mike McGee, University of Michigan.
That's the thing that McGee does well, chase his own shot, and he followed it up that time to get another 2. So since he's come off the bench, he's chipped in 6 points, 8 points for the Lakers.
Number 1 scorer in Big Ten history, Mike McGee. He had a great career at Michigan. He and Magic were all Big Ten at the same time. Moore on the miss, McAdoo with a rebound. McAdoo, Mr. Versatility. And that's a strength of the Laker team. They've got several fellas who can play 2-3 positions. McAdoo trying to prevent the breakaway basket, but an over and back call, so turn it over and give it to San Antonio. McAdoo showing good hustle for you, Pat. You got to be happy, and of course that prevents the breakaway too for the Spurs.
Well, if he hadn't have shown that hustle, Johnny Moore was right there to pick up that loose change and take it in and try to get them within 6. They're down by 8, working on a opportunity now.
Closing in on 9 minutes to play in the half. Brewer on a pick and roll. McNamara. Nothing real complex about San Antonio's scheme. They like to run, and they'll work simple things. Defensively, they'll have a game plan for each team, but it's nothing elaborate. Against the Lakers, they'll just sink it back inside. Three-pointer. Nader tries to bang and does, and gets the pair. So Nader up on top, and then has to peel down the lane to get the offensive rebound, and does. 45-37.
McNamara looking to go to the glass. Nader hammers him pretty good, but the problem, of course, for McNamara is whenever he gets fouled, he always has trouble scoring from that 15-foot line. So we'll see how Mark does when he goes to the line this trip.
Magic Johnson replaces Mike McGee. Well, Magic is in there right now. Jim Capers will hand the ball to McNamara. Foul called against number 41, Big Swen Nader. Swen Nader, interesting foul. He's got a unique sense of humor. He was sitting around one day trying to figure out a name for his son, if he ever had one. Decided it would be Exterminator. Someone said, well, what about another daughter? He's already got a couple of those. He said, well, how about Carmen Denominator? That's enough of that. 8:33 to play here in the first half. 45-37, and Jones is forever silent. Nader, you're not even going to help me out of that one, are you? Swen is a very unique fellow. Moore. Roberts wanted it inside on McAdoo. On top, they go to Brewer. Jump pass, Johnny Moore. And McAdoo with a rebound. Magic in the middle. Oh, I'd love to see him there. Whoa! And he gives to Cooper, and a foul call on the play. When he gets in the middle on the fly and looks to the trailers on the wing, he's something else.
Well, in the middle, he's going to orchestrate as well as anybody ever has, and he'll find Cooper out there on the side. Ron Brewer tries to come over, gets a piece of him. Johnny Moore is going to go out of the ball game. John Lucas will come back in. So Johnny Moore, perhaps a little bit out of condition. He does not have that quickness and that alertness that he normally has in playing all over the floor for San Antonio, replaced by John Lucas.
Cooper with 5 points in the basketball game. Both teams with 2 team fouls with 8:05 to play here in the first half. And Coop gets a pair. Michael Cooper, as a free throw shooter, 81%. Done a nice job. Lucas played by Magic. 6'9" against 6'3". Banks, 6'8". Unworthy, 6'9". Had to work, and he gets it. Well, they saw each other in college. Banks from Duke, Worthy from North Carolina. MVP in the NC2A, James Worthy. Magic.
You see how easily that ball moved for the Lakers. Magic missed a shot inside. Swen Nader comes over the top, trying to get the rebound, and will come right through Mark McNamara. He'll pick up that foul. Kareem gets up to the scorer's table. Byron Scott in, Michael Cooper out.
So Pat Riley is establishing 8-9 players that he wants to go to with regularity. And over the remaining games in the schedule, as he said, I want to develop some good habits and keep the edge, because the team they play would be the 8th place team in the conference, and they're going to have to battle to get to that spot. They'll be sharp. The Lakers want to be ready for them when they go to the first round. That's Brewer. McAdoo. Scott. Lucas again. To Ron Brewer. Challenging Kareem with a jump hook inside. Los Angeles 67% in the first period, and the Spurs 50%.
Brewer missed the easy one and then made the tougher shot over Kareem. But Brewer has offensive ability, just has to look at the hoop a lot more. McAdoo does and gets it up and down.
He is so smooth when he faces the hoop and he takes that shot. San Antonio, 8th year in the NBA. They've won 5 division titles. They've finished 3rd once and tied for 2nd the other time. Well, they have been a force, and they have never missed making the playoffs. Out of bounds, and we'll have a timeout. 6:47 to play here in the half. It's the Lakers 51 and the Spurs 41. Eddie Doucette and Steve Jones, and we're going to pause right now for a word from our local cable system. And we have returned to the Forum in Los Angeles. It's the Lakers with a 10-point lead over the Spurs now, and both teams are right about on track. The visitors, incidentally, are getting up the amount of shots they want. They'd like to get about 100 shots a game off. They've gotten 26 away in the first period, and the Lakers 27. Incidentally, we're going to have a special edition game for you coming from Milwaukee on Tuesday night. And it'll be the same Los Angeles Lakers against the Milwaukee Bucks. And that'll be a real good ball game, so we hope that you join us right here on the USA Network. Bob Bass taking a little sip there to keep himself cool down. That game will be at 8 o'clock Eastern time. That means coming to you a little bit earlier on the West Coast. Special edition. Bucks and Lakers in Milwaukee Tuesday.
McNamara having the same problem that Edgar Jones did with Kareem, allowing him too good of deep position. That allows him to put the ball in, swing it back out. Worthy missed the shot. McAdoo missed the shot. Worthy came back to finish it off, and then they get an inbound violation against Gene Banks.
And a 12-point Laker lead. And for the Spurs now, 10 turnovers, too many. Over the season, they average about 18 turnovers a game. Lakers, as I mentioned, right around 20. Fred Roberts, lead out. That's Lucas. Magic right there. And Lucas, oh,
great play by Luke to catch up with it.
He's an outstanding athlete, Lucas. How he made that shot in the basket, I'll never know. Warriors leading the Jazz 33-30 after 1. Seattle 30, Chicago 21 after 1. Worthy on the miss off the left hand. McAdoo with a foul called on one of the Spurs. Mark McNamara. And they're going to bring Mike Mitchell back in the game to get some offense in there, trailing it by 10. Here's Mike Mitchell. Played at Auburn, drafted by the Cavaliers. Very prolific scorer. Last year averaged 19.9 points per game. Jamal Wilkes, Magic Johnson, Byron Scott. 6'4 plus rookie guard from ASU. Kareem at 7'2 and a 15-year veteran. That's good. Skyhook. He'll go to the line for another three-point possibility. The King has got 13.
They've got to give McNamara and Edgar Jones help. They're allowing him to get the good deep position initially. Then he's able to put the ball on the floor. You've got to be able to disrupt that rhythm, make him give the basketball up. They haven't done that tonight, and he's been very effective. 11 in the first. He just got back in the ball game, back on that scoring tear.
Well, he's as bright-eyed as I've seen him, and I've been around him since he came into the league back in 1969. He is really playing loose. He is on top of his game. Abdul-Jabbar, 56-43. Mike Mitchell, John Lucas, three-point range. Got it. And that was a pancake job. That was as flat as you could get. Lucas, a 28% three-point shooter. That's his 15th in 51 tries. Remember, he joined this team in December, so he'll shoot it a lot. Kareem again. Boy, that's money in the bank tonight, Steve.
Well, it's been that way since last week when he started with Philadelphia and he hit the 5 in a row, went down against Dallas and had the shot on the string that night when he had 32. The string has just continued for him. McNamara trying to worm inside, gets it to go off the glass. So Mark McNamara has been effective at the offensive end. He's got a total of 8 points.
Under 5.5, 58-48 is our score, Los Angeles. Steve will visit with Byron Scott, fine rookie guard at halftime tonight. There's Scott handling the ball. McNamara trying to get on top of Kareem that time, and he's called for the foul. And for the Spurs now, McNamara just picked up his second, and that is number 4 on San Antonio here in the period. Lakers have 3. McNamara going to the sideline. And they're going to bring, let's see, they've got Fred Roberts.
Widener comes in the ball game.
My goodness, here's a young man that is playing on a 10-day contract. Brant Widener. Played very little, and of course Bob Bass had hoped that he wouldn't have to go to him this soon. Played in Holland until January and averaged 15 points there, and he's from William and Mary. Played on their NIT team in 1983. So Brant Widener going to get a look at the king close up. He's probably never been closer to him than as far as your television set. But he's in there right now. He's like 6'10". He's not a real bulky 6'10". And we've got an illegal defense call against the Lakers. That's their warning.
Well, there's really no bulk in the middle. When you take away Artis Gilmore, then you have very slim players that have to play in the middle for San Antonio, and this is one of the elements that hurts him. When Gilmore was healthy, he used to manhandle Kareem, have some of his best games against the Lakers, and Kareem is on a free run tonight.
12-point Laker lead. 4:24 to play in the half. It's been all Abdul-Jabbar and the Lakers so far. After the Spurs led by 6 at one point, Lucas penetrates Mike Mitchell. Mitchell, you know what he likes to do? He likes to sew. Makes a lot of his own clothes. Wilkes.
It's very easy for the Lakers right now. What San Antonio has to do is get their two main offensive players cooking, Mitchell and Gervin, and force to force the Lakers to double up and allow players like Lucas and Roberts and Widener to get some easy scores themselves. They haven't got enough of everybody involved in the ball game. Rambis digs it out.
Kurt Rambis, that's his job. He's the digger, and Magic again moves it up, sees the man, and hits it. Magic Johnson, how he sees the floor. He is unbelievable. Makes the greatest decisions on the floor, opens things up, does so many things so well, and now a 14-point lead for the Los Angeles Lakers. They're burning them here tonight. The Lakers 22 and 10 at home. The Spurs only 7 and 26 on the road. We have a 64-50 Laker lead, and we will return right after this. And with 3:32 to play here in the first half, the Los Angeles Lakers, a team that was red hot in February when they won 11 and lost 4, their best month of the year, now putting it to the San Antonio Spurs. Pretty good here. Spurs will come back with that young man, Fred Roberts, who is 6'11". They will have Mike Mitchell, who is 6'7", George Gervin, who is 6'8", John Lucas, who is 6'3", Bob Bass, who is 5'9". He's sitting on the bench across the way. And Brant Widener, youngster that was drafted in the 4th round a year ago. As the bench scoring tells the story, 26-14, but more importantly than that, the rebounds. The Lakers 22-12, a 10 rebound advantage at this juncture, and that probably in itself is the most glaring difference in the statistics.
Well, I think, again, the biggest difference has been the defensive intensity of San Antonio, and the Lakers have been able to come up with offensive efforts of trying to push the ball down the floor. Magic too hard with that pass, and they won't convert, but they had a 3-on-2 break again.
Magic wanted to give it to Wilkes. Close range, couldn't hang on. 64-50. I'm surprised that doesn't happen more often.
I see they're trying to get the ball into Gervin. They don't. Magic comes back, makes the steal, pushes it up. Lucas makes a good anticipating save, and the Lakers will have to set up.
Magic, 2.5 steals a game, right there in the leading category in the NBA. Bob Bass complaining about something. And it's going to be on George Gervin. Gervin has been very quiet, 6 points so far.
Well, he hasn't had that many opportunities. Early in the ball game, he turned it over, but again, because of the interior pass, the defense collapsed. They get there too late, but the ball is allowed to move too freely. You've got to challenge Magic Johnson, make it difficult for him to see a guy like Jamal Wilkes camped inside.
Every night, right around 19 points a game. Jamal Wilkes. Johnny Moore now coming in for John Lucas. Lakers are 9 for 9 at the line. Interesting statistic in itself. Los Angeles for the year, 75% at the stripe. Jamal has 12. And the Lakers by 16 points and a steal. And right now it's become a matter of concentration, lack of it for San Antonio. They got their heads down a little bit. They've got to pick their heads up and come back. Got a long way to go in this game as the Lakers pressure after a made basket on a free throw.
Well, you talked about the roller coaster. Well, it's that kind of year for them. They've won 3 ball games in a row. They don't really know how they've done it, as Widener has his little chip shot blocked away by Kareem. So if you're going to be a good basketball team, you've got to realize what makes you win and lose.
Welcome to the NBA. Wow. In Holland, you take that kind of a shot, and they foul. But over here, they just go up and sweep it away.
But Hetty, all those guys are your size over in Holland.
Thank you. That's not bad, is it? Got to have some of those. Johnson to Cooper.
Couldn't
and
control.
A foul. Magic couldn't get the tip. Mitchell, Wiley to Kareem. Volleyball time. Cooper, yes, sir. And Magic hustles back the other end. Roberts from Johnny Moore. And quickly Cooper comes back to Magic. Oh, they'll open it up tonight. Jam City, 70 to 52 by 18. And the crowd alive. Boy, this Magic Johnson, what a theatrical sense he has. Sensing, of course, a runaway possibility here tonight. Something to keep the crowd engaged. He finds a way all the time. Mitchell, good. Three-point possibility coming. Mike Mitchell with 14. He's been their big scoring gun tonight and over the last 11. And Magic Johnson is something else.
As you look through all of those legs, you'll see one thing happen. Magic Johnson somehow rises out and takes it over the top, but he's been very active, chasing the basketball, pushing it up for the Lakers. They have the advantage. They have the momentum and the aggressive play at both ends, and that's what San Antonio has to get back to if they're going to make any attempt to get back in this ball game. The Lakers will allow you to run, but you've also got to shut them down, try to get them in a half-court game.
Transition if you're playing LA. Be concerned at both ends. Backhand Kareem. Oh, is he cool? He's got 20. He is really on tonight. Mitchell. Bango. Well, the Spurs know that they've got to really play some ball now. They're locked up with Phoenix, Golden State, Kansas City, and Denver for the 3 bottom playoff spots in the Western Conference race. And Kansas City probably with the toughest schedule. In fact, 12 of their next 15 are on the road, even though they won tonight.
Kareem and Magic Johnson play catch, and this is the way you get a defense to collapse and reacts, and you see Bob Bass is out there trying to figure out what to do. Kareem gets a good post-up position against Widener, and Magic sees that the lane is open on the baseline, takes it in. The defense comes there too late. He's on the line for a pair. So Magic Johnson taking advantage of everything that San Antonio is throwing up.
Magic Johnson, 82% free throw shooter. Last year, Magic, 79%. He's really improved his free throw shooting game considerably. What an athlete.
Well, Deuce said at the rate we're going, you'll be able to get in this ball game right after intermission. The Lakers got 74 points and counting.
Can I?
You can get in this one.
I want to.
And you won't hurt the team.
I want it. 74-57. 1 minute to play in the half. Steve will talk with Byron Scott. We'll have an interesting feature on some bloopers in the NBA. Johnny Moore. That's Gervin. We have a whistle.
Notice the difference in the defense for the Lakers in yellow. They were all over people. Gervin finally popped free, missed that shot inside. They got a defensive foul against Michael Cooper, his second. That is the 5th. So they're in the penalty, and he will go to the line.
Mark McNamara replaces Brant Widener. Goes down. Bob Bass takes the opportunity to do a little coaching. Mike Mitchell at the free throw line. Chatting with Cooper, who got the foul. There's Mitchell's average, 22.1 points per game. Hey, Steve, were you surprised at the referee's decision to dismiss their counsel, Richie Phillips?
Well, I think you're always surprised when that's the guy that's been your initial leader all of the time. He's taking you through a 100-day lockout this year, a walkout during the playoffs. Certainly, you've got to be surprised about it because it appeared that he was doing a pretty good job for him. But there are some things under the surface that we don't know about. So he's working on the unemployment line right now.
18 points for Mike Mitchell. Magic. 13 on the shot clock, 39 on the first half clock. That's Cooper. And Mike Cooper, who has developed an outside game through nothing more than a lot of hard work, has rung it again. Cooper, 6'7", a 6-year man from New Mexico. 76-58, Lakers by 18.
Well, at that much time, you better be able to ring it or they're going to get you out of the league. He had an easy opportunity, again, making the defense collapse with Kareem in the middle.
Moore. Magic out on him, and Kareem with a rebound. Lakers with another opportunity to score with 8 seconds to play here in the half. Magic. And a 20-point Los Angeles lead at halftime. Whoa, boy. Bob Bass is going to have to reach down inside the socks to come out with something to bring his team back in the second half. Steve Jones will visit with Byron Scott. We'll have some bloopers. We'll have some statistics and more. Halftime around the corner with the Los Angeles Lakers 78 and the San Antonio Spurs 58. Come on, Bob. What do you got in store? We'll be back right after this. And Kareem right at the top of the list.
Well, there's very good balance there. Kareem, of course, 8 of 9 from the field. Magic Johnson doing all, and Jamal Wilkes running and filling the lanes, as well as Michael Cooper. And a good, positive effort from the bench, McGee and Swin Nader.
51 shots by the Los Angeles Lakers, but the statistics show quite a bit, particularly the rebounds.
Well, you know, you look at that rebounds, and I kind of discounted in the sense that that really hasn't been the key story because San Antonio really hasn't had enough defense. 13 rebounds at 26, but the Lakers have just been able to do what they want. That accounts for that high percentage that they're shooting. And San Antonio would say if we could shoot 53% every game, we would be on the winning side of 500 as opposed to losing, but that has not been the case tonight.
Interestingly enough, in talking with Bob Bass before the game, he said if they could run, they'd shoot around 53%. When they don't run, they're right around 42%. The Lakers, and this an interesting statistic, went ahead at halftime, 33-5. Went ahead after 3 quarters, 33-4 is the way they turned out. So the statistics are on their side. They have the lead at halftime in a dominant position and now ready to go. It'll be Magic Johnson, Byron Scott, John Lucas, Gene Banks will play on Magic Johnson. Kareem against Edgar Jones. He's been a problem for them in that he has 3 personal fouls, has played very little. Gervin with a steal, Jamal there, but Gervin with a jam. Edgar Jones is going to have to make a contribution here, Steve. They're going to fall out of sight.
Well, you know, he's been in foul trouble, and when you get the 3 fouls very early in the ball game, you just don't get a chance to play and get in the field. He was active when he was in. We've seen the first signs of defensive life for San Antonio. Let's see if they can maintain it with that Gervin steal and stuff.
Magic, good penetration. Faked the give off and kept it himself. Boy, he is so adept with the ball. Wanted to show the defense the fact that he might dish it off. He kept it and laid it in. 80-60 by 20, the Iceman. And obviously, one of the things that Bob Bass talked about was to try and get him into the offense more. Jamal, followed by Byron Scott. Kurt Rambis, he tries the jam. Edgar Jones right there. Remember playing with 3 fouls. Gervin had 6 shots in the first half. He totaled 6 points. He's got to do more than that. So Mike Mitchell, their game is run. One of the first things that Bob Bass did when he took the club over was to put a ball on the floor and he said, go get it. Do like they used to do, the old San Antonio Spurs. And Jamal Wilkes catches a foul here as the Spurs try to initiate their break.
Should have thrown a rope out there as well and said hog tie somebody and they could stop him at the other end. Rambis with a good offensive rebound, tried to power it over the top, missed it as it slipped out of his hand, so he missed an easy 2. San Antonio, better defense here at the start of the 3rd period, and they've caused a couple of Laker turnovers. They get it back. Mitchell on the drive.
Kurt Rambis is the man that committed the foul. We should remind you of something, that the Spurs have an offensive-minded team. They can score a lot of points. One occasion this year, they scored 91 points against Denver, 53.25. So the game a long way from over, if you want to look at some numbers. Of course, the Lakers have had a lot of success, as we told you, with a lead at halftime and after 3, so we'll see who wins out on this one. Trying to get it inside. We have a 3-second violation on Jamal Wilkes in the lane. Earlier tonight, Kansas City beat Indiana 108-107, and the Knicks 105, Cleveland 82. Chicago at Seattle, Utah at Golden State, the only 2 other games.
The problem for the Lakers will be to get back to that high-flying attack that they had before the first half ended. Everything came so easily for them, and now here at the top of the period, they're a little sluggish and perhaps a little complacent. They tried to run this time. Wilkes takes it to the hoops and gets fouled. So that is the first personal foul against Mike Mitchell, first team. 10 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the 3rd period.
But the Lakers have more than double the rebound production of the San Antonio Spurs, 30-14. Old Jack Nicholson's over there across the way tonight, enjoying the Lakers. Probably right up there among their top fans. 30-14, the rebound advantage, Los Angeles. 81-62, the Lakers by 19. We're under 10 to play in the 3rd. Byron Scott on Lucas. Scott a little bit bigger. Lucas with more experience. Lucas has been around, 8-year man from Maryland.
They triple-teamed Gervin that time. He had no outlet to throw the ball. Lakers come back and run John Lucas on the foul.
And a 4-on-2 break. A foul called on San Antonio. Lucas gets the foul. Here it is.
And he'll reach in right there trying to make the steal. Magic Johnson trying to keep the hands and the ball going toward the hoop. Something could happen. He gets to the free throw lane.
Well, if you're Pat Riley at this point, what you're reminding your team about is you got a nice lead. Let's not get lazy. Let's not get sloppy. Continue to do the things that got you where you are. Stay sharp. This is the thing that he talked about, developing these good habits and keeping the edge going to the playoffs. They lead Portland in the Pacific by 4 games with a 42-22 record. San Antonio 28-38. They're on their way to one of their, perhaps the worst record in their history if it stays this way. They've had a lot of injury problems. Gervin throws it away. That's Scott to Magic.
They had the good pressure to force Gervin to give it up. He had no outlet. They throw it away. The Lakers come down and run easily. Edgar Jones from the outside.
Edgar Jones from Nevada Reno hitting the outside shot. What do you think of that? 85-64. 9-10. Jamal Wilkes. Well, it certainly wouldn't be telling any tales out of school, but Edgar Jones went to Nevada Reno, but his first day of college practice, he found himself in UNLV's gym. And Jerry Tarkanian had to tell him that he missed a turn in the road somewhere. 85-64, little tidbit for you, Steve.
You know, that goes with those exterminator jokes.
You can use that on your talk show in Portland tomorrow night. 8:47 to play here in the third. Those detours will throw you off every now and then. Kurt Rambis. You could make a mistake like that, couldn't you?
Tough shot by Lucas. He was trying to get the ball over to Mitchell.
Whoa.
Held down below by Kurt Rambis. Mitchell saying, I want a shot after all of that. They're saying no shot. Foul on Kurt Rambis.
That's the way accidents happen, and Kurt Rambis softened the fall that time.
Well, Lucas was hung out to dry right there, and at the last second scooped it up, and you'll see just a little hand on the hip there knocks him off balance. Rambis picks up his 3rd personal foul as we take another look from another angle, and Rambis came underneath as he was knocked off balance as well.
You know, 1 point, San Antonio had to play without Gervin, Moore, and Gilmore. That's a big sting when you take 3 of your top people out. But you know, I want to make it sound one-sided. The Lakers have had their problems with injuries also. As you look at Mike Mitchell, they went 32 games without Kurt Rambis, 13 without lost Wilkes and McAdoo because of problems.
But the Lakers got off to a much better start. And I think that's the tale of the 2 teams.
Lucas. He calls short. Magic with the rebound. Kick it out, Scott, trailing right wing Wilkes. And it's 87-64, and their lead now 23. And Edgar Jones with that little off-balance jumper. Edgar Jones with 10. That's a blow that Seattle took when David Thompson went down. He's done for the year. Knee. Little off-court problem. 87, make it 89-67. 17 points now for Jamal Wilkes. His average right around 19 a game. He'll get there with ease tonight. The Lakers are going to get a chance to play a lot of people, it appears, here this evening. Gene Banks, Jones, couldn't stand the prosperity, so he had to try it again outside. Here come the Lakers, and their fast break is moving now. They're clearing the boards, and they got the break rolling against a thin San Antonio team. Lakers with a 32-19 rebound advantage. And Mike Mitchell squaring up, facing the basket. We talked about it, 22 in the game.
Well, you look at the difference in the shots, though. In the breaks, San Antonio shooting the ball from the outside, the Lakers taking it up to the hoop. That has been the difference in the game, the defensive pressure. So the Lakers have been able to do anything that they wanted, and they've been successful tonight. Kareem inside.
He takes that big goose step, turns to the middle with the sky hook, and comes up off the rim. And now the Spurs. Now that's where they're at their best, when they can run. But they've got a rebound to do that. And averaging, well, last year averaged a little over 47 a game.
Now you've got to force the shot to come up from the outside, and then you've got to box out. Kareem gets the follow-up, takes it up in. So that has been the difference when you talk about the rebounding. It's not that they're being out-rebounded, but it's the types of rebounds that the Lakers are getting, and those second efforts in close have hurt them.
Lucas missed the pick and roll to Banks' attempt. Banks he's a banger. He's an opportunistic player. Goes to the open spots well.
Edgar Jones.
That was a shot. That was a shot. And Edgar Jones trying to go back up with it is tied up. Bob Bass, the San Antonio coach.
You see that air ball. Edgar Jones alert comes in and hustles, and Kareem gets him across the arms. They'll give him a jump ball, so that's the best call for Kareem tonight.
The Lakers 91, the Spurs 70. They're going to have to find some petrol to get back in this one. 6:14 in the third. We'll be right back. The Virginia Slims of Florida women's tennis semifinals, Saturday at 7 o'clock Eastern on USA Sports. And then on Sunday, you'll see the finals starting at 11 o'clock Eastern. Virginia Slims of Florida right here on USA Sports.
Got some halftime scores and interesting ones. You talked about that playoff situation. The Golden State Warriors, they have a 3-point advantage over the Utah Jazz and tied with Dallas in the Midwest, 66-63. Seattle had a huge lead over Chicago, and now it's a 1-point ball game at half, 47-46.
91-70 is what we have here with 6:14 to play in the third. Kareem and Gene Banks, 7-2 against 6'8". Nope, it's going to be Edgar Jones. He is 6'10". He wins the jump. Edgar can sky.
Mitchell. So Mitchell continues to score, but they have not got much help. He's got 24 in the ball game. Again, defense is key for them. They got to try to get within 10 in the next 10 minutes, next 6 minutes if they can, but they can't do it with the ball moving and players in post-up position like Kurt Rambis.
Rambis, his first two of the night. He only averages 2.8 per game. He missed 32, as we told you, first 32 of the year. They have Kupchak back. He doesn't play. They're going to bring him back slowly and get him ready for next year. It's a nice problem, isn't it? Mike Mitchell again, that time on a little turn jumper. So you're seeing the versatility we talked about in his game. He shows you so much more when he faces the hoop, and that time with a little turn. Now Rambis trying to back down on Mitchell, posting up. Well, the matchups really have not been that much of a factor, considering the fact that the Lakers spotted this club 6 and then came back one ahead. Here's Edgar Jones on Kareem and fouled on the play. There's Kareem, and Kareem, the 15-year veteran. Edgar Jones. Michael Cooper will come in for the Lakers.
Edgar Jones is a flyer and using some of that foot speed and quickness against Kareem after he snuck out. Kareem gets him across the body, so he'll go to the line. He'll shoot a pair. That's the first foul on Kareem tonight. 4th team on the Lakers. So San Antonio, if they can get something going to hoop, will have a chance to enjoy the penalty the rest of the period.
James Worthy and Michael Cooper are in. Edgar Jones only averages a little over 20 minutes a game, and for that, 9.3 points. To give you an idea, if you took Cooper, or I should say Jones, and projected him out to 40 minutes a game, he'd average 21.6, 48 minutes a game, 21.6 and 11.5 rebounds a game. So he can be a productive player. He's going to have to carry the load here with Gilmore on the shelf. Broken cheekbone, Gilmore with a sore knee also. Scott. Mike Mitchell. Mitchell will get you about 7 rebounds a night.
Edgar Jones has it working in this period. He's got 8 points, so he's been active and trying to make up for some lost ground. 15-point advantage for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Edgar with 14 for the game. 93-78. The lead dissipating a little bit here. Oh, shoehorned it back to the weak side. Kareem to Scott. The big man having fun now, and a 3-second violation is called. Pat Riley watching his club very carefully. Don't want to lose any of the sharpness that they have. That's the coach's job now. He's in a good position in that divisional race, playoff bound. Cooper slides into Lucas with a ball and trying to get it inside to Gervin. Knocked out of bounds by Worthy and Scott.
Gervin was open, and you see him falling down, and he's sliding in. He doesn't give it up. He'll grab. And you can see right there that Lucas was trying to find the open George Gervin. Lakers step in, knock it out of bounds. Mike Mitchell.
McGee just stepped in for the Lakers. Magic with the rebound. Cooper in the middle on the break. McGee in the wing. He is fearless going to the basket. McGee, who last year averaged 4 points a game. This year, Mike McGee averaging a little better than that, around 9. And Gervin on the follow.
Gervin with 10, and it's been a tough night. George has not looked at the hoop that much, and when he has, he's been doubled and triple teamed, not been able to find anybody. Get an offensive foul on Mike Cooper. So with a 15-point advantage and 3:58 to go, this possession becomes a key one for San Antonio.
Pat Riley Stepped out of the broadcasting booth, became an assistant coach, took over when Westhead was released. Mike Mitchell on the follow. There was a foul, though, a whistle preceded the shot. And we'll have Mike Mitchell going to the line with Mike Cooper picking up his 4th personal foul and number 5 for the Lakers. So with 3:50 to play in the third, the penalty is in. And that rebound advantage is starting to change a little bit. The Lakers once doubled the Spurs, and now it's down to 8. 34-26. Rebounding such an important factor. Pat Riley evaluating what he has on the floor and perhaps trying to determine some matchups. What might happen here? You've got Edgar Jones and Kareem, and Riley's going to take the timeout right here to talk it over with his club, and we'll get to those matchups when we return. 3:50 to play here in the third period. Los Angeles by 13, and we'll pause for a word from our local cable system. Mr. Jones, you want to put this one in your computer? Turnovers, a very important ingredient. So far in the game, the Lakers 16, Spurs 14, but Los Angeles has turned it over 5 times in this half, the Spurs only 2, and the rebounds that you see right there, that gap starting to narrow, the difference is 8. It was at one point 15. So the Spurs making a mini run here in the third, now trail it by 13.
Well, the only thing that I'll buy tonight from San Antonio is a good, hard defensive effort here in the second period. All of those numbers are just numbers. The Lakers have been able to do pretty much whatever they wanted. And, you know, it's looser right now, but again, those kinds of plays have kept the Lakers on top.
Set play, McGee on the low inside post up. Turnaround power layup, put it in. Jack Nicholson got a piece of the ball. There he is. Looks like Johnny Cash over there in black, doesn't he? Wearing his San Antonio colors tonight. And Lucas with an offensive foul. Let's continue with those matchups. Edgar Jones and Kareem. Moore's not in the game right now. Gervin and Cooper, 6'8" on 6'6". Banks and Magic, Worthy and Mitchell, Lucas, and Mike McGee. There's Lucas inside trying to defend on McGee in a 3-second violation. Good idea. And the Lakers trying to take advantage of the size difference. McGee at 6'5" and Lucas at a short 6'3".
Whenever you get a post-up situation like that, you have to have help from the weak side. They didn't get it again. They double up on Gervin. They're going to get a travel, so George has turned it over again. It has been a tough night for George Gervin. Has not really been able to get into the offensive flow.
10 points is all he has had. He is going to have to contribute more. He is the 4th leading scorer in the NBA, and Gervin has 4 scoring titles wrapped under his belt in 7 NBA years. And there he is.
A foul and no whistle.
You know that George Gervin holds the NBA record for the most points scored in a quarter, 33. That was in 1978 against New Orleans. Was that Cooper? No, it's on George Gervin. So they call it on the defense. And Cooper?
Gervin used a hand to get there to make that steal, and they called it a loose ball foul. Kareem goes out of the ball game. Bob McAdoo comes in. Fred Roberts gets up to the scoring table. So San Antonio's going to make a quick change.
Fred Roberts will get an opportunity as soon as possible. Inside Worthy. They've got Mitchell on him. They flash him in deep. There he is. And they've really done a good job getting inside on that low post-up move with McGee and now with Worthy.
They do a good job of running around the low post screen there. That allows that player to get free, and the way you stop that is to put very hard pressure on the passer, and they haven't done it. Magic, of course, can see, even with pressure, dropped it into Worthy, easy hoop.
Banks out, Fred Roberts comes in. There he is. Roberts, a former number 2 draft choice of the Milwaukee Bucks. And the Bucks probably could use him right now. They have some injury problems. A couple of players, as you saw on USA last night, Harvey Katking's not available. Kevin Greavy.
When don't the Bucks have injury problems?
What a marvelous job Don Nelson does with that team. John Lucas, number 15. And Luke has 9 here tonight. Bob Bass says that he has been the savior since he joined this club. He really has been super for them. 2 in the third. Worthy, left hand, and foul on the play. Edgar Jones has got 4. There's Edgar. Now tell me.
Hey, man, clear me out.
Would you trust your pet canary in his hand? You wouldn't let him hold it, would you? 99-86 is our score. James at the line.
One shot.
You're working your way into a deep hole.
No. But you don't understand. As long as I got a rope, I can always get out. 101-86 is what we have.
Tough shot by John Lucas. Looking around, changed his speed and direction and was able to get it up off the glass. They stay within 3, 101-88.
1:37 to play here in the third. With a lot of turnovers here tonight. Magic Johnson.
But every time San Antonio gets an easy hoop, they give one back up the other end. The lead is back to 15. A turnover by Mike Mitchell on the travel.
Boy, the turnovers. You know, the other night, the Lakers, Tuesday night, their game only had 10 turnovers. They have 18 and the Spurs 17. Magic Johnson acting like Scott Hamilton out there. He's just slaloming all over the floor, isn't he?
Well, Magic comes down, pushes the hand of Fred Roberts out of the way as he does a little two-step to get into that basket area again, carrying it in strong. Very effective drive by Magic Johnson. You've got to be aggressive, and that's a good example, being aggressive at the offensive end, not allowing the defense to reach in, stop you from the path that you want to take.
He says when I'm on the floor, everything comes easy. It just kind of flows, and that's when I'm at my best. I'm the most comfortable when I'm on the floor playing my game. Timeout, San Antonio. 1:20 to play here in the third. Lakers 105, the Spurs 88. Well,
the home court schedule, how many games they have remaining at home as to whether they're going to get an advantage over each other now.
1:13 to play in the third, and Edgar, give me the ball to Jam Jones. 16 points. That was an emphatic, that's what you call an exclamation point. 105 to 90.
10 in the period for Edgar Jones, so he's been very effective even with the foul problem.
They could cut it to 13.
Another tough shot from John Lucas.
Good move,
away
though.
from the hoop.
Got to have strong legs to do that. Jam on the breaks and fade away. And Luke now with 13. So the Lakers, a 13-point lead. They've been in excess of 20, and they've been in control since early in the game. And James will get a travel. Well, number 20 for the Lakers, Pat Riley, will make a note of that. Wanting to maintain that edge, sharpen the blades, and stay strong going to the playoffs. Maybe not. Lucas.
Another tough shot.
Running
Lucas
hook.
Stops and hits it on the dime. That's 9 in the period for John. So now they've gotten it down to 11 points. This is the first time with 17 seconds to go. And this are in the area where they'd like to have it now before the period ends.
Crowd getting a little nervous. Down to 10. See their last second play here to end the third. Magic. Worthy. Easy. And with 1 second, they almost do it when they want to, don't they? That is a magnificent machine. James Worthy and the Los Angeles Lakers as they put the wrap on the third. And the Lakers with a 107-94 lead. The Spurs have got the ability to come back. So we hope you will right after this. That little sands of time upside down, and they give them 12 seconds to play, and thereafter 3 is what you've got. 39, 39, 29, and the Spurs on top on the short end of this one, with Gervin posting inside on Jamal. You've got Magic and Fred Roberts. You've got a whistle and a McAdoo foul holding Edgar Jones. Paul Mahalik.
Well, the San Antonio had their best period. They cut that 20-point lead down to 13. The game certainly is within shouting distance. Again, we have to talk about defense because that's the thing that's going to make a difference for them if they are to get in it. Gervin on the drive.
And a foul. And the Iceman will go to the line. Iceman Gervin. Gervin, normally one of the fellas that'll get you to the line, only 2 for 3 tonight.
Well, he has not had many driving opportunities. A good move as he split the defense that time. One of the first times he'll be at the line here in the second half of play.
Mark that foul on McAdoo, his second, the Lakers' second. Spurs for the night 11 for 17, and the Lakers 19 of 20. And George makes the second, so he is 3 for 5 at the line. Can't get casual at the line, not in the game when you need everything. And Gervin, normally an excellent shooter, 84% career. Jamal Wilkes, played by Fred Roberts, off the inbound. Magic checked by Gervin. Jones and McAdoo. Kareem still on the bench. Mitchell is in the lane, cheating a little bit inside. He's got 1 foot in the inner lane and 1 in the outer lane. Can do that. McAdoo.
Offensive foul on Bob McAdoo, trying to get himself righted. He ducked that shoulder in on Edgar Jones, so they take that hoop away. And here comes San Antonio with a chance to get within 10.
That's the 3rd foul on Mack. Not a team foul. Lucas, any travel with the ball. Boy, the turnovers are hurting both clubs now. Bob Bass would note that it's 18 turnovers for the night for his Spurs. The Lakers 21. Johnson won't go. Spurs got a piece of the ball. Lucas to Edgar Jones. And good control, and now the Spurs have come back and have cut it to 10 from better than 20.
Magic Johnson saying he got fouled that time, but George Gervin had a good hand on the ball, and that's what allowed San Antonio to run. Good defensive pressure. Here they come again.
Can cut it to 8. Lucas, he's the man that can do it. Boy, that'll set you on fire. That's an excellent play by a point guard. Come down on the break, fill the lanes, and pull up with the jumper. You got it, you take it, and now it's 107 to 99. Becomes a new ball game. On nerves, and you rattle my brains. Too much of love drives a man insane. And too much of that block shot action right there by Mike Mitchell will drive the Lakers insane.
Well, they doubled up on James Worthy, and they got a piece of the ball going up. This is a big hoop for Mitchell. A good defensive block by Worthy. Lakers run.
Do it, James. And Lucas comes right back the other end. A biggie, Edgar Jones. Oh, my, oh, my. Pat Riley says, Kareem, that's it, Cap. You're in. The captain of the Lakers. It's getting ominously close, a 6-point ball game. And exactly what Riley was talking about before the game. The habits, stay sharp. They have let their guard down, and now it's a different ball game. And as Mike McGee tried to drop step over there in the sideline, he actually put his foot out of bounds and got it hooked on one of the ball boys over there.
Easy call to make because the ball boy is sitting out of bounds. Kareem back in the ball game. McGee will go out. Cooper back in.
Now you see what happens here. You have a little mental lapse, and all of a sudden, different ball game. And here's usually where Gervin will take over. Mitchell again! And a 3-point play. Can you believe what's happening? Bob Bass can't. Pat Riley can't either. Bob Bass just went to the belt to draw it up tight.
Well, they doubled up on Gervin. This time he finds the open man. This is a tough try by Mike Mitchell. He'll get the little floater to go up and down. He's had a great offensive game. As we take it from another angle, you see the body contact, strong enough to get it up. Now he has a chance for the 3-point play. Doucette, you can show up for work now.
Doucette's not going to get in the game is all that means. I was ready to get in there. It's 107-104, a 3-point ball game. And the Lakers have been outscored here 10-0 in this period. And we've got a whistle and a foul. And things have finally started to turn around here for San Antonio. Is that a foul?
It is a foul, but notice this picture. Look at all the black shirts around James Worthy. That will tell you why they've gotten back in the ball game. They put some defensive pressure on, and that's made it difficult for Los Angeles to get what they wanted. All the post-up plays that they had going in periods 2 and 3, they're now trying to shut them down. That is the 5th foul against Edgar Jones, and Jones has been somebody to contend with here in the second half of play. 14 points.
Edgar Jones saying something to Jim Capers.
Yeah, it wasn't my foul. That's what he said. That wasn't me.
He said, let me in there and get that rebound. It's 108-104. And the Spurs have made a game out of it with 9:25. A game that the Lakers have led by big numbers most of the way. Worthy, Jamal, Kareem, Magic, Byron Scott, Lucas blocked, shot clock at 8. They have time. Gervin, drop step, Edgar Jones. No, not this time. Gervin with a rebound, saved by Roberts into the hands of Byron Scott. Lucas back to cover. They have 2 men back to cover, and banked in over Edgar Jones. Good transition by the Spurs, but Scott made a very difficult shot to make it 110 to 104.
Bass wants a timeout. They finally see it. Gerben was going to go to the hoop, so Bob Bass, feeling that the momentum may be turning the other way, wants to call a timeout and settle his team down.
We have 8:53 to play in the fourth. A very big bucket by Byron Scott. Lakers by 6, 110-104, and we return.
It could easily climb right back up to 12 or 14 points the way the Lakers have been able to score, so they got to keep it very close now, keep the Lakers in a half-court basketball game the rest of the way with 8 minutes and 53 seconds remaining here in the fourth period.
The Lakers have been outscored big in the first 3:07 of this period. 16-3.
Banks wide open, but he can't get it to fall. Strong rebound by Worthy.
Crowd wants defense. They've got a 2-1 flyaway. Byron Scott, the rookie. Oh, 2 big hoops in a row. Boy, this kid here is answered with 2 biggies. And so Scott, the rookie, the youngest guy on the floor right now, has gotten the Lakers back to an 8-point lead. Crowd is in it now. Little defense. Lucas to Banks. 7 seconds on the clock, and they're just wasting shots now. Forcing shots. Up to Scott. 3-on-1 break. James Worthy. And the fast break is awesome right now. Bob Bass is irate. He thought there was a mugging at the other end.
It wasn't. Banks was out of control. He's been the guy to shoot the ball the last 2 times. Gerben from deep out on the court. Nothing but net. They give him a 3-pointer, so that takes some pressure off San Antonio.
Down to 7, 114-107. 3-point home run for the Iceman. Wilkes.
Now what Pat Riley told his team during that last timeout, fellas, we got to have some defensive pressure. They have responded. Again, they have control of the ball game, up by 9, 116-107.
Weak side, Edgar Jones. Trying to pull a magic there with a no-look pass, and he threw it into those very expensive seats. Bob Bass, that's a turnover. And that is turnover number 21 for San Antonio. Michael Cooper replaces Magic Johnson. So Magic Johnson will come off. Cooper a 6-year man, Magic a 5-year fella. Scott with Kareem in the hole. Kareem's really not done much since he's come in. Let's see what he does here. Clear out, skyhook.
Well, they hadn't had to do much. This time they get him the hoop inside, and he gives the Lakers an 11-point advantage. Again, that's the psychological edge that we have talked about. It was down to some 3 or 4 points, and now it's back up to 11. Lucas on the drive.
Edgar Jones. This is a team that plays with a lot of energy. They can't get control of the rebounds, however, now. And the Lakers have taken an 11-rebound lead, 40-29. And they've had some red-hot field goal shooting tonight, primarily because of a lot of fast break basket opportunities. Worthy, Jamal. So it went from 23-3, and it's back out now to a 120-107 lead. And the Lakers have taken the cue after this ball game got down to a 3-point lead, and now have opened it up to 120-107 with 6:25 in the fourth. Bob Bass had them rolling pretty well. They outscored the Lakers 16-3 in the first 3:07. And then when they got within 3, the Lakers came back and outscored the Spurs 10-3 in the next 2:28. Yo-yo time.
So what are we talking about here? Defense. You know anything about the Indianapolis 500?
Lot.
Boost. The Lakers got a lot of boost. They turned it up, and the defensive intensity really changed the complexion of the game. Now San Antonio has to come back with some good, solid offense and defense as well.
As soon as Gervin puts the ball down, they double him up, and the Spurs have missed their last 4 field goal attempts in a row. They've not been able to do a thing, and they're only getting 1 shot at it besides. Wilkes. He's done a nice job here as Johnny Moore comes up. They trap him in the backcourt. Has to give it up. Jamal Wilkes comes over, gets a hand on it. Intended for Gervin. Here come the Lakers 4-on-1. And that is James Worthy. Defense has created offense, and the Lakers have taken it back on top. Banks overlaying. Mitchell with a follow. Foul call. But a goaltend, no foul. A goaltend, no foul.
Cooper makes the steal and comes up with the ball, just drops it behind him. I think the pass was really intended for Wilkes. He overran it. There was James Worthy hustling in the play, wanted to stuff it, didn't have enough, just dropped it over the top. They look inside to Kareem as we come back live.
What a turnaround. And the King adds 2 more. From 107-104 up to 124-109. And the Lakers took a little nap for a while, but they are out of the hollow log now.
Well, I think one of the things that hurt him was they came back with Gene Banks shooting the basketball. He has not been your primary offensive weapon at any point tonight, and yet when they were close, he came out with the first 2 tries. The Lakers then came back with a couple of easy hoops, and they have been running and rolling since that point in the ball game, dominating in a 2-minute stretch, and now they have big control again.
Byron Scott, good move by the rookie. Gets his own missed shot. There he is. Staying right with it. Is he going to be something? Jerry West thinks he's going to be a brilliant player. I would have to agree. He has really shown a lot of poise.
Well, he's like you, overstating the obvious. He's really played well tonight and in the last 15-20 ball games.
Worthy on the missed 3-point attempt. Here they come. 3 on 2. Oh, my. Whoa, my. That's like going to your nearest beautician and find out that your new facial is going to cost you $150. Whoa!
They want a timeout over here as James Worthy has really lit things up, and the Lakers have gone up by some 19, 128 to 109.
Wow. Whoa! Does he give away manicures with those?
Well, Doucette, you can get your uniform back out. Now take a look at Worthy. He is looking at the defense all the way. You know what he's saying? You don't have any answer for this.
Nothing Johnny Moore can do about that. That's a length of the floor job.
Well, it's worth another look as you look at him now. He's looking at Johnny Moore all the way, and he knows with his foot speed and leaping ability, he can get in that basket area. He's going to do nothing but damage. Look at him. No.
Yes, and our director, Mark Wolfson, has caught it all. L.A. 8-2 in the last 2 minutes and 8 seconds. And they have opened it back up to a 128-109 edge. Margin, outscoring 19-5. You see our graphics? Right on top of it here tonight. It looked like it was going to be a run to the fifth. 107-104 from what was at one time a 23-point Laker lead at 85-64. And James Worthy, a second-year man from North Carolina, has shown he does belong with Pat Riley's grade 8. What he used to have, what he used to call them last year, as they get themselves ready and bear down on the playoffs. Bench scoring, my, is there a difference there? 47-16, that is a great statistic. You know, Steve, we talked a little bit about the races. We've not mentioned the Central Division with Milwaukee and Detroit hammering at one another. Worthy having a night 17-7. Milwaukee and Detroit, 1/2 game separating them, and I think that would be a good one to keep an eye on down the stretch because Milwaukee plays 10 of their last 15 at home. Detroit 10 of their last 16 away, and that could be a telling factor as to how that Central Division ends up.
Well, it could, but again, I've given the edge all year long in that Central Division to Don Nelson and his coaching ability. Detroit has the talent, but I think they're just a year away. Johnny Moore from deep out on the court, he can't get it, and the Lakers will try to run one more time.
And the Lakers have opened it up and taken it away. I think the Spurs made their last run a little early. They got back, got it down to 3, which was a job in itself. And now the Lakers doubling down on Kareem. Cooper from 3, and he's got a home run. 45-30 rebound edge, and they lead it 131-109.
Now they've gone for 3 now as San Antonio's got to try to come back very quickly. They don't get that one. Edgar Jones, again, the guy shooting. So when they got within 3, you look at the people that were shooting the basketball for him after Mitchell made that 3-point play, and it has not been the big offensive players. Kareem inside.
Kareem checked by Edgar Jones with 5 fouls. James Worthy with that big rebound, number 8. Back to Jamal. The Lakers have really put on a display here in the last 5-6 minutes. We're down to 3:10 to play. That's Fred Roberts. Meanwhile, the Spurs have been unable to hit much at all.
Edgar Jones out the other side, so good control by Edgar Jones. He's had an excellent second half, 16.6 here in the third period. Pat Riley takes a timeout as he wants to get some players in the ball game. Mitch Kupchak will make a rare appearance along with Larry Sprague.
Edgar Jones, you might be interested, was also, we talked about Fred Roberts being drafted by Milwaukee. Edgar Jones also drafted, never made it out of their training camp. Ended up in Detroit and eventually in San Antonio. But Roberts, the young fellow we talked about on the San Antonio team, drafted number 2 by Milwaukee, went to Europe for a year and really developed a pretty good game. Got his running game down, averaged around 10, 11 rebounds a game and 19 points in Italy. Came back, was going to go to Milwaukee's camp. Eventually, he was sent over to New Jersey in the exchange that brought Phil Ford to Milwaukee a year ago, and then this year came to San Antonio as the player to be named later when Stan Albeck signed on with New Jersey as coach. They wanted compensation. It turned out to be Fred Roberts. Just a plethora of information for you tonight.
I know you've been waiting all night to get that one in, and we finally made it. The Lakers really have dominated this basketball game since that 8:53 timeout. A 3-point ball game, and suddenly San Antonio came back with a couple of surprise plays. It hurt them. Los Angeles has been able to run, and now Pat Riley's going to get some of the guys that have not been able to play much into the ball game to finish it off. Lakers again showing they have it all when they need it.
Well, the Lakers scored 78 points in the first half. That, incidentally, was the highest scoring half of the season for the Lakers. The last thing Bob Bass said to me before we parted company before the game was, I hope we can stay with him tonight.
He said, say a prayer for me, Eddie. That's what he said.
Well, this is a great Los Angeles club, and they are just rounding into shape. That they took a little hiatus there at the end of the third, the beginning of the fourth period, but they are back in it now. 131-111, under 3 to play.
Well, you got to give San Antonio some credit for that little run that they did make. They had better defensive pressure than they've had all night long. Los Angeles misses the lob, and San Antonio will have one of those rare chances to run since the Lakers have put on that blitz.
We have Fred Roberts along with Johnny Moore in there. Widener is back in. Mark McNamara, Ron Brewer, we have not seen. Young John Paxson, number 1 draft choice, who is late getting to camp, and he is behind schedule, they say. Byron Scott in the lane. You called him Great Scott. Seems like a lot of other people are doing the same, and he could be a great one before it's all over. Johnny Moore, played at the University of Texas. McNamara, power lay-in, 133-115 as the clock ticks away, and Swen Nader will try and get in the ball game for the Lakers. Williams on Mitch Kupchak. Larry Spriggs. And there'll be a jump ball. Kupchak, incredible story right there. We're talking about these stories, but Kupchak is certainly one that deserves mention. Damaged ligaments in his left knee a couple of years ago. Had 2 major operations. They said he'd never play. And after 2 years, he is back. Brewer, shoved by Mike McGee. Nader is in there. 133-117.
Ron Brewer gets a pass from Johnny Moore, and Mike McGee's not going to let him have anything easy. Brewer, maintaining good presence and strength, takes it to the hoop. He'll have a chance for a 3-point play. You talk about Paxson. He's in the ball game now, replacing Fred Roberts.
So Paxson, 6'2", 185, a rookie from Notre Dame.
He's probably wishing you mentioned his name earlier. Probably would have gotten him in the ball game. Brewer was 7 on the night. Hey, well, look, you talked to everybody else then.
Bob Bass got a little microphone over, the little earpiece over there. Testing, 1, 2, Bob, testing. How about me? My turn?
Well, you want to go in with the winners. See, you have to talk to Riley. He never listens to you. Swen Nader, post up.
Cleared it out. Fired up the hook. Kupchak. Good effort by Mitch.
McGee.
And Mike McGee staying right with it. Johnny Moore. Next week, the Lakers and the Bucks on Tuesday night. Brewer on a miss from deep. Widener. Swen Nader with the tap over to Kupchak. Kupchak, big guy. Oh, I hope he makes it back. He's 6'10", 230. Played in North Carolina. Number 1 pick of the Washington Club in 76. Byron Scott. Your halftime guest, Steve, has had a brilliant second half. 14 points in the game.
Fourth period. 10 here in the fourth period. Some dazzling plays. A lot of them under pressure. Good pass inside to Brewer for an easy hoop.
137-120 is what we have. From 23 to a 3-point lead and right back as they escalated. And Jack Nicholson's still here. Right till the last second. Nader. Now Nicholson starts to work his way to the exits across the way.
Ron Brewer, tough try, and he gets it on a hanging jumper. So Brewer scored 7 points since coming back in the ball game. Give him 11. 32 seconds before this one's in the hopper for Los Angeles.
Let's grab the coat time. 137, 122. Scott, he's having fun now. Scott with a beautiful second half. He's got 16 in the game, and he's had 14. See 12 here in the second half. All of the period. McGee to Nader from Larry Spriggs. Well, credit Spriggs with a nice deflection, and Nader with being alert enough to get it. We're down to the final 5. 141, 122, Mark McNamara.
McNamara saying, I need it. My average has been suffering all year. He ends up with 12 for the ball game. That's going to do it. Mike McGee getting one more hoop.
And as Brewer stepped on the floor, the clock ran its course, and it's all over. So the Lakers challenged late. After leading by 23, they saw the Spurs beat them to death in 16, outscoring them 16-3 in the first 3 minutes plus of the fourth period. The lead was at 3, and then they opened it right back up to 128-109, and they win it 143-124.